Hey y'all, I'm going to take about 10, 15 minutes now and go through some linear practice. These are some lines that I wrote out, actually, I don't know, probably like a year ago or more, just on a piece of paper. And, there were things that were kind of floating around in my head at different times and things that I wanted to get under my fingers in harder keys. Things that I can hear and might play in F, for instance, but when I'm in A, they're not right. They're not really there for me under my fingers. So I spent a little time writing these out in A, and they're kind of like extended line practices. So the first one's very long. Second one is a little shorter. Third one is a little shorter than that. Fourth and fifth are even shorter. Uh, so maybe I'll play the first one, but not practice it because this will take me a longer time. Uh, but just looking at it from here, and let's see, I'll go ahead and zoom all the way in so you can see this line while I play it, and then I'll take that off and can look at the piano. We're in the key of A, and I might practice, say, with the voicing like this or like this. This is kind of a Brad Meldow-ish voicing where you take a triad and add the second. Might practice with an add 4, like that. But I really love these ones in particular. 2 3 5 8 or 3 5 8 9. 3 5 8 2. I think I'm just going to do that just to get in my finger while I do this. Da da dee da da dee da do 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 dee da. Yeah, it's a little bebop A2 kind of vibe. In that case, maybe I should play like a 1-6 in the left hand, just kind of, or 1-5-6. There you go. Bud Powell type of shell. This is the trickiest part, huh? I was playing that wrong. Huh. That's what I was doing wrong. Uh, so that's tricky to come up. Got to get it right fingering. Yeah, so these big jumps. Woo! Well, I said I was not going to practice that long one, but it's irresistible. Hmm. That's cool. Nope. Yeah. Huh. So as I go through a line like this, really, the hard thing about doing a really long line, right, is that one, it's really hard to memorize. Two, it kind of contains you, and then you have to play that line. It's very hard to just break out of it and go different directions if it's long. If it's a short line, then you can start to change the permutations and go different directions. Start from somewhere, get there, like my prepend and append series. But maybe I just try to get this little spot here. Whoops. No. That's it. I can see the goal note. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. So you see what I did there? I was messing up, right? And mistakes are totally cool, but they're indicators and you have to stop. And you have to actually take that mistake and say, okay, what is actually happening here before it becomes a habit, right? And because it's a chance for you to really look and identify and internalize in a different way. Maybe use a different modality of practice. So what I started to do was sing, right? Yeah. Ah. I like that. That's fun. And then what happens there? You could go anywhere from there, right? So I'm going to shorten it now and just try to finish the line. So that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I think the line goes. Something like that. But one more time. Okay. Yeah. Fun. Okay, so that's hard though. Let's go to one that's a little easier. Maybe I'm even going to skip the second one. Maybe skip the third one. Let's go to the fifth one, just because it's the shortest, and this will give a solid example in the 5 minutes I've left of practicing a whole line. Oh, starting similar. Oh, this is a nice dominant line. Now, that jump is tricky. I'm going to bring this up here so we can see each other and you can see the piano. Okay, this is really tricky because basically I got to get to thumb here, right? Do I? I guess no. I could go. easier to get to the thumb. Now, this is some of the mechanical stuff that you get to kind of conquer, if you will, or at least work on when you practice lines like this, right? Especially when you create your own, and especially when you create like something you're hearing without being at the piano, so that you're totally free from like your set finger patterns. You're just going on what you're imagining. That's the line, right? It doesn't fit that well in my hands, but let's make it with some practice. Okay, if I go to my thumb, how do I navigate that? Because the best way for this line is 4-3. 4-3 right there. But what if I go to my thumb? How am I going to jump down here? Middle finger, I think. 3, 2, 1. That's a big jump. So I'm going to practice that. Right? I'm going to practice it quite a few times. Okay. Yeah. Now notice where my index finger is. It's right over the note, the next note. Right? I'm not just going here to middle finger and being sloppy with the rest of my hand. If I did that, this is going to be impossible to get to, right? There we go. Okay, definitely easier if we go 4-3. 4-3. But I want to be able to do both. Let's transpose this. Up a half step. Let's try. B flat. Okay. So there it is. Oops. This one's easy to get to the third finger on here. It's like demands it because you're going to go thumb on A. And even if you go to index finger, you can still just easily jump down to your thumb. Trying to measure that jump and what that feels like versus here. It's tricky. Oops. Let's go up to B. Oh. 4-3. No. We're gonna have to go thumb. as tricky, right? So B is another key where like dominant sevens, how many times I'm playing on B dominant 7 in the same way I would on like F dominant 7 to B flat dominant 7, C, etc. So yeah, this is such a great practice. Wow. Okay, now we get some comfort level. We can start playing around with permutations, with where do we go after the line, or can we change going into the line, etc. All right, and we can really get deep and varied, so creative with our linear practice. All right, happy shedding.